अस्सलाम वालेकुम व्यूवर्स। आज का हमारा टॉपिक है स्ट्रक्चर एंड फंक्शन ऑफ द स्पाइनल कॉर्ड। सो स्पाइनल कॉर्ड is a hollow cylindrical tube that extends from the medulla. Medulla is the part of the brain. It is 18-inch long and half-inch wide, enclosed by the vertebral column. So parts of the spinal cord. Spinal cord is divided into two parts. One is the outer part and the next one is the inner part. You can see here this is the structure of the spinal cord. This is the outer part of the spinal cord and this is the inner part of the spinal cord. Now we will discuss the feature of the outer part of the spinal cord and inner part of the spinal cord. You can see here the outer part of the spinal cord and the inner part. The outer part, white in color, is also called white matter. Axon is present, composed from the myelinated sheath. Why the outer part is white in color? Because the color of the axon is white in nature, and here is the axon is present, and the color of the axon is white in nature. That's why the outer part of the spinal cord is white in color, and the axon is also cover the myelinated sheath. That's why the outer part is composed from the myelinated sheath. Now, coming to the inner part. The inner part is gray in nature. Gray matter cell body is present and absent of myelinated sheath. Why it is called gray in color, or why it is called gray matter? Because the color of the cell body is look like a gray in color. So that's why we will call the gray matter. And the color of this area, the inner part of the spinal cord, is a gray matter and absent of the myelin sheet because the cell body is never cover the myelin sheet. Function of the spinal cord. So pathway for the nerve impulse and the pathway for the reflex actions. Now let's we see the structure of the spinal cord. You can see this is the spinal cord. This is the brain and this is the medulla. So the extension from the medulla, this whole tube is called the spinal cord. Now we will see the structure of the spinal cord. So you can see this is the outer part. Outer part is called white matter, and this is the inner part. Inner part is called gray matter. This is the posterior horn of the gray matter, and this is the anterior horn of the gray matter. This is the ventral root and this is the dorsal root. These ventral and dorsal root are combined at a point and become a spinal nerve. Spinal nerve. So the spinal nerve are formed by this wave. So the ventral root and dorsal root are combined at a point and become the spinal nerve. Spinal nerve are 31 ampere and the cranial layer are 12 ampere. So this is the structure and function of the spinal cord. So please subscribe my channel and press the bell icon for more video notification.